It is Monday morning, which means we are here for another tip on how to manage your rental property. And this week we are going to talk about the correct way to raise an existing tenant's rent in Washington. Before we jump into that, we got to talk about the two different types of leases there are. So in Washington, we have term leases and we have periodic leases. Term leases are your standard year-long leases, January 1, December 31st, and then they automatically terminate at the end of that year. Your periodic leases are your typical month-to-month leases. So, with that said, in Washington, we have a law that went into effect last year that requires 60 days notice before you can raise your tenant's rent. So how does that apply to term leases or periodic or month-to-month leases? So for your term leases, even though it says you can give 60 days notice, you cannot increase the rent before the end of the term. So essentially, if you've got a January 1 to December 31st lease, you would have to give notice on October 31st in order for that rent increase to take effect when that lease renews on January 1. Can't increase it before the end of the term. For the month-to-month, you still have to give 60 days notice, even though it's only a month-to-month contract. So if you wanted a rent increase to take effect April 1st, you got to serve the rent increase notice on January 31st, and in the interim, the tenant could terminate the lease before then. As far as serving the notice, there's no specified mechanism for serving it in the statute, so we just say you should do it the same way as a notice to pay or vacate, which is hand delivery, or you post it on the door and you send it via certified mail. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message us and we'd love to help. Like this video and give us a follow.